Right, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today's video is going to be what I picked up from the car boot on Sunday and Monday. If you watched my previous video, you would have seen I went to the car boot, or would have known that I went to the car boot on Easter bank holiday. Sunday was better than Monday was. Monday was pretty dead. There's barely any sellers at all. I think the rain on Sunday night caused people to not want to turn up, which is perfectly fine. I understand that. I wouldn't do that myself. It was good enough. I could make some good money with what I got. One thing would save the day, to be honest, that I picked up, but it just wasn't great in terms of the time I was there and the little amount of stuff that I found. But we'll start off with Sunday's finds, and that's definitely the better out of the two. Right, this is in no particular order. First up is this little game. You might be a redneck if it's only 50p. Haven't checked if it's complete yet, but there's a few comps going for around the £10–15 mark, but not many sold, quite a lot listed. It's one of the things I'll probably just stick up, leave up, and then if it doesn't sell, I'll just stick on clearance, take it to the car boot myself and sell it there. It's just one of those things you just pick up just because there's not much to go by, not much to find. So 50p, thought we'd just give it a punt and see what happens. Next up in a little game, Cards Against Humanity. This one always goes really well. £3 into 10, quick little flip. Sometimes I do get a policy listing violation. I'm not sure why. It says counterfeit, even though it's not. I've had it a few times on two sets of Cards Against Humanity. I've relisted them and it's not been striked. So I'm not sure why that happens, but just make sure you get your listing correct. If it goes again on eBay, I'll just put it on Marketplace because it will get sold and someone will pick it up. So £3, I'll get a 10 on this one. My next find were these 4 Jellycats, all from the Sunday sale. I paid 50p each for these ones and £1 each for these, so £3 for all 4. This is a little rare retired penguin. I think it's called a glitz penguin because his nose or his beak is meant to be shiny, but it's a bit damaged. So he sold about £30 in the past. I put him up for £20 because I only paid 50p for him. This is the little bashful monkey. He's pretty small, again only 50p. So I think he's about £15–20 maybe, but probably more than £15 mark. This is a bashful dog. I think it's just bashful. I don't think it's a special edition or it's a certain one. I think he's worth about £10–15, but again, only £1. And this one is a... Oh, whoops, I dropped some on the floor. This one is a moss monkey. It's like sort of colour pattern that's different to the rest of it. He was also £1. He's worth a bit more money, but his tail's in pretty bad condition. He sold around a £30 mark before, so I think I'll probably get about £20 because the condition isn't as good, but the body's great. It's just a tail that lets down that final value. Next up, probably my best find from Sunday is these Nike Vapor Flyknit. They're really nice black and multicolour. I think these are a Flyknit 2, I believe. I paid £7 for these. There's quite a few comps going for the £60 plus mark, some as high as 100. So because it's a bigger size and really good condition, you just need a bit of a wipe down at the bottom. I think I'll put one for £80, take off and see what happens. But they're only £7, so good little investment. And they are really nice pair of shoes as well. So 7, you can't go wrong. My next find is this really nice pair of diesel Belfer R jeans. I paid £5 for these ones. Not the best model to pick up. They're not, amazing sell-through rate, but they sell well. £25–30 on these ones. They're a 30 waist, 30 legs, so a bit of a smaller size to sell, but because that's an even number, both for the waist and the leg are the same, that can help sort of get it over faster. £5, 25 minimum back on these ones. My next pickup is this little Wallace & Gromit Kingsmill Egg Cup motorbike thing. There's a little Kingsmill thing there. It's called Jam 1 because it's got the Jam 1 number plate. It should have one here, but it snapped off, which is a shame. I paid £2 for this one. Sort of seems to go for around £15 mark, maybe a bit more. I've got the Kingsmill little van with it as well. I paid for that a couple of weeks ago at a charity shop, and that's so you can put your toast in it, and then you can have your little egg in this one to dip your toast into the egg. So I might list them together, but at the moment I got this one up for around £15 because of the snap little thing there. Just pretty cool. You don't really see as much in the wild, to be honest. I've not found anything Wallace & Gromit wise except for the toast car thing for £2 as well, or £2.50. So nice little find, nice little pickup, something different. Next up, we have this really nice Brasher fleece. I think it's called a Windermere fleece, this model. I paid £5 for this one. It's worth about 25–30 quid. Some sold online for the size large at 30 quid or £25. Because it's an extra large, I can push that higher price because it's bigger. It's a bit more of a relaxed fit than like a regular XL. So hopefully that make it, sell for a bit more, hit that £30 mark. But for £5, I'll get 25 back minimum on this one. My next purchases came from one person. I paid £2.50 a piece for these 3 things here. First up, we have this little Polo Ralph Lauren polo shirt. It's a size small, but it's only £2.50. So I think I'll get a tenner, if anything. If not, £12, sort of £15 range. Because it's a size small, it can sort of hurt the value a little bit. But really nice stripe, really good condition. £2.50, can't go wrong. Also picked up this little Weird Fish Motor Pikes t-shirt. Lovely back graphic on this one. Again, only £2.50. It's not the most valuable, £10, but again, it's just little sales that just help keep the store ticking over. And then the best purchase from that stall was this really nice Pool and Shark yachting knitted jumper. It's a little badge there. You've got the detail with the buttons on the shoulder as well. This was £2.50. Now, I've seen some sold at £360 brand new, some listed at that much. I'll put the screenshot up here. Some sold at 180, so I put mine up at £100. It's a size small, so it will hurt the value again. But, I mean, for £2.50, I'd be happy with 50 quid. Do you know what I mean? Considering some of them are worth double that. But size small, really nice condition, really nice thick knitted cotton. You can't go wrong for £2.50. Also got another little bundle of another seller. I've got 2 hoodies and a pair of shorts. The 2 hoodies are these really nice vintage FC UK, French Connection UK hoodies. This one is a really nice like coral pink, light red colour. This was only £1.75. I don't know what, £5 divided by 3. I think it's £1.75, roughly £1.66, something like that per item. This one, however, got home and it had a stain. I think it's just next to the U there. There's a few small holes on the front as well. Got one down here. So I'll probably stick this up at a £5 just to get my money back for what I paid for it. But this one is worth like 25-30 quid because it's this vintage style and it's really in at the moment. This sort of spell out across the front. So for £1.66, you can't go wrong. And the last item I picked up off that person was this really nice pair of vintage Quicksilver cargo shorts. Lovely embroidery there on the pocket. Nice little badge hit on the back as well. So again, in that £3 for £5 bundle, £1.66 a piece. These are worth like 15-20 quid. They're a 34-inch waist, so a bit on the smaller side. If they were my size, I would have kept these because I think they're really nice. So £1.66, not too bad. Off the same seller, I picked up these 2 Vans hoodies. Got this little blue one here, paid £2 a piece. It's got a bit of cracking on the front. There's a small hole down the bottom as well. So I think I'll put this one up for about a tenner because it's not worth too much. This one, on the other hand, again, also paid £2. That's already sold for 14 quid. Within less than a day, I listed it on a Sunday and it sold Sunday evening. So £2 to 14, quick little flip, get some money back from what I spent that day as well. And Vans hoodies do tend to sell pretty quickly and sell for a pretty fair price too. My next purchase was this really nice little Fred Perry, I think it's a pinstripe collar t-shirt, I think that's what you call it. This was only £2. It's a men's size medium, so quite a nice average size. £10-15 sort of range on that. I'll probably stick it on Vinted if it's only £2 and it's only going to go for 10, just because there's no fees then. But yeah, £2, nice little Fred Perry t-shirt, happy days. Now, this was my first purchase of the day. I should have probably left this behind because it was a bit too much money for what I wanted to spend. But I thought I needed to get a purchase out of the way. There's a lot of sellers there, a lot of resellers, not a lot of actual stall sellers. I picked up this little Lacoste polo shirt for £7.50 and this Bellstaff t-shirt also for £7.50. The Bellstaff t-shirt is worth about 20-25 quid. So that's money back and then profit. But the Lacoste shirt is not worth much because it's a size small. It's going to affect the value, maybe 15 quid at a push. Only doubling my money, but if that gets money back and that makes it £25, that's perfect. But in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have picked these up. Now, coming on to my favourite finds from the Sunday car boot, I've got this really nice bundle of things for one seller for £5. The first purchase was this really nice vintage Nike sling bag, absolutely beautiful. I think this is from the 90s, I believe, maybe early 2000s. That tag on there, lovely. Don't know how old, but yeah, quite old. I say it's definitely vintage. The bit of damage to the badge, a little bit like pulled. There's quite a few little like small tears in it, but it was only £1.66 in a £3 for £5 bundle, and the detail across it is really nice. So I know sling bags are in at the moment, so I'll probably get £15-20 for this one. From that same buyer, I picked up this Harley Davidson Southampton t-shirt. It's got a nice little graphic on the front and on the back, Dockgate 20, because that's where the shop is in Southampton. And as you can see there, it's got an eagle with 3 little bikers riding off into the sunset. Again, £3 for £5. I think these sort of t-shirts are worth like £25-30 mark, maybe £20. It's a size large, so it might help it sell better. But even so, £20, happy for that one. And now probably quite a controversial pickup. This is a single stitch Che Guevara t-shirt. I think he was a political person. I'm not too entirely sure. My dad said something about it, so I'm not entirely sure who he is. But it's a double print on the front and the back. I said single stitch as well on a Vintage Rocks label. Not sure. I've seen a few comps go for 15-20 quid. I've seen ones with all over prints. The whole entire t-shirt's printed with Eminem on, loads of different artists, and they go for good money. This one, yeah, maybe not so much, but 15 quid minimum. On to Monday's car boot. Again, wasn't the greatest, wasn't the best. A few little pickups, a few little things to put on the store for £5-10, just to help bring those clients in who aren't spending too much money. First up, got these Bad Taste bear mugs. Paid £1 each for these. I'll probably just list them together for a tenner. just to get them gone and attract one person to spend more in one go and buy two, rather than one £5 listing and another £5 listing. Just gets them gone together. Next up is this game called Search History. Bought it off the same person bought the Redneck game off. I haven't checked the price on this. This is something I wasn't purchasing myself anyway. So I'll give it a play, sell it on, and then we'll see how much it's worth. Next up, should have probably left this behind, to be honest, but I picked up this little Cravendale teapot. It was only £1. The mine is going to St John's Ambulance, so I thought I'll just buy it anyway. Worth about £10, not many sold, quite a lot listed, so I put mine up for £8 just to get the money back and get a little bit of quick £5 profit. It's pretty cool. It's got a pirate looking through a telescope, a little bike on the top, and a cow on the back. So quite cool, but I wouldn't pick it up again. I then picked up 3 Funko Pops. This little one I think is from Fortnite, I believe. He was £1. This bobblehead Boba Fett, I paid £2 for this one. This is going in my personal collection, and I paid £1 for this Deadpool. The Deadpool and the Fortnite one, a fiver, £8 back on each of those. I'm not entirely sure just yet, but I've got a load more Funko Pops. So what I sometimes do is try and buy 2 or 3 for £1 each, and list 3 or 4 together for 15 quid as a bundle, just to make it a bit more attractive to buy again, more items at once and individual ones on their own. Now, the best purchases yesterday were these 2 games. Pokemon Platinum on the DS, £3. Mario Kart on DS, also £3. I'll probably wait until I get a DS to put this in the bundle with it, just to make it a bit more attractive. But this one on its own is worth about 35, 40 quid. I've sold this with a case for £60 before. I bought a massive deal on Marketplace. I'll link the video up here. You can go and see that. But this on its own, yeah, 35, 40 quid. So that will cover everything I spent pretty much, give or take. And can't go wrong, £3. Absolute bargain. Next up with £2, I picked up this little Lego Wampa. It's got a bit of yellowing across. I've got a couple of these in my collection. It's missing the horns. He's worth about 20 quid sort of range, maybe a bit less because of his condition now. I'll try and get him cleaned up a bit with a bit of clean. I don't know what cleaner I'll use for it. Maybe some pink stuff. I don't know if that damaged plastic or not. But for £2, real Lego stamp on the foot there. You can't believe in a little Wampa behind, can you? Next up is this little Funkoverse Back to the Future game. I only paid £2 for this one. I think it's worth about a tenner sort of range. I'll put the screenshot up here so you can see. Brand new, it's 15 quid, so I think that's why £10 is sort of pre-owned price. It's got 2 little Funko Pops with it, which obviously, if you only collect Funko Pops, you want those 2, you can get those and then get rid of the game. But for £2, it's just one of those things you sort of can't really leave behind. And it's one of those car boots, it's pretty quiet, so you just have to sort of pick stuff up to make your time worth it. On the topic of board games, I picked up this Monopoly Portsmouth edition. Only cost me £1. I got it from the same person I got the DS games from. Not checked if it's complete yet. I think it's worth like 15, 20 quid. Someone sold for £30, but someone bids it off for 10, 15. So if it's complete, I'll put it up for 20 quid because it only cost me £1. And as a Saints fan, this is absolutely disgusting, so I'm going to put it down very quickly. Also got a nice little bundle off of the same seller. I paid £7 for these 3 things here. First up, we have this really nice vintage Rip Curl wallet. It's this like nice corduroy pattern. It is a bit stained in places. It's probably just stick it through the wash, to be honest. Try and make it come a bit nicer, but that was only £2. Then picked up this Oakley beanie. This was only £2.50. There's a little tag on the inside so you can see it's real. Nice little bobble hat. Not too sure on the value of this one. 15 quid, maybe 10, but £2.50. It's a nice little beanie. Finally from that bundle is this really nice Cincinnati Bears cap. New era, still got the stickers all over it. I don't really think it's been worn. Looking at the inside, it looks pretty much brand new. So £2.50, I reckon 15, 20 quid. These sort of hats seem to sell for that price range. Maybe a bit more because it's still got the stickers and I think it is in new condition. I can't actually tell if it's been worn or not, so I might list it as new either, like just been on display. So £2.50, yeah, 15 quid on this one. If you watched my previous video, you would have seen I went to a charity shop and picked up a vintage Orlando Magic cap. I picked up a Seattle Supersonics at the car boot on Monday for £2. Really nice embroidery, lovely detail. Again, £2. I think it's worth like 15, 20 quid. There's one listed brand new, tags like £100, so a bit random, but if that's what I was going to go for, then fair enough to that seller. But I think it's worth more the 15, 20 pound mark. Really nice embroidery here on the logo. So for £2, you can't go wrong. And then my final purchase from yesterday's car boot was this fat PS3. Now, I paid 20 quid for this one. I don't think it's the best model, the CECH Geo3, so I don't think it's actually worth too much. Maybe 40 quid at a push, maybe 50. It's got the controller, it's got the HDMI cable. Worst comes to worst, I'll just split it down, sell the controller, sell the cable, because that's worth a bit of money on its own, and then just sell it for parts, just to get my money back. The woman I saw on Sunday, she said she had one for me, she'd keep it behind until I set up, and she followed through on her word. So I couldn't then just turn around and say, no, sorry. There were loads of people there before me who wanted to buy it, but she said she was keeping it behind for me. So I sort of felt, you know, inclined to pick it up. I won't lose money, but it's just not as valuable as I was hoping it would be. A few more sales to add on to the end of the Easter weekend. One came in just as I was filming this intro. Start off this little Henry Hoover. It's from Paladone. Only paid £2 at the car boot the week before, and that has sold for £10 plus post. Little funny, interesting thing. If it didn't sell, I think I was going to keep it for myself, to be honest. So for £2 and 10, good little flip. Next up is this vintage Hangman game, still sealed in the original cellophane. I paid £2 for this one. I can't remember what year it's from, but it's brand new and sealed. It's not even rattling around that much inside because all the contents are still sealed. That has sold for £18 plus postage. I think pre-owned they go for like 10, 15 sort of range. So I thought I'd stick one up at 18. Didn't take too long to sell either. And it's so nice seeing something so old still in the original cellophane. Next up, something really cool is this little, I think it's Timon, from Lion King. It's like a drinks cup from Animal Kingdom for the 25th anniversary. I paid £3.50 for this one. The same shop I got the Sonic screwdrivers from last week or week before. And that is sold for £25. It's not in the best condition. The toes are a little bit scuffed, which is why I was happy to accept £25. They're sort of going rates like 30, 35. So £3.50 into 25, bargain, and also it's such a cool item as well. And my best sale, as I said, just came in as I was filming this section intro. I sold the Silver Crest Iron Man. I paid about 70p for this figure. If you want to see my previous video, I mentioned I picked up a bundle of figures for £10.25 on Vinted, and there were 17 figures in there. And this was in there. I accepted an offer. The guy was after it all weekend. He kept sending me loads of messages. He really wanted it. And I thought, do you know what? I accepted the offer. £51 and 5 pence, or £55 all in. So although I could have got a little bit more, maybe £60, it's a quick flip. I've got £50 back and I've spent less than 70p, or less than a pound, sorry, on this figure. So you can't go wrong. So thank you very much for watching today's video. Got all this lovely stuff here to pack, got some stuff to list and get away in storage. I'm probably going to do another Whatnot show soon, just to get rid of some old stuff I've not sold in a long time. If you aren't already using Whatnot, please feel free to use my link in the description. I think you get a free £10 credit to spend when you use my link, and it also helps me out a little bit as well. So yeah, thank you very much for watching today's video, and I will catch you in the next one.